The day is done now. Nothing is asking anything of you. Nothing needs to be fixed or finished. For these next quiet moments, you can simply arrive. Feel how good it is to begin to slow down, to feel yourself easing into a softer pace, as if your whole body has been gently set down in a place that is safe and quiet and kind. In your own time, notice the sense of coming to rest by the water, a clear, gentle stream at the edge of a deep green forest. The air is cool and soft against your skin. The last light of the day is fading, and everything around you is unhurried. You are close enough to hear the steady murmur of the stream, that low, calming sound of water flowing over smooth stones. It moves at its own slow pace, never rushing, never forcing. Each breath can follow that easy rhythm, in and out, like water gliding around the stones. Nothing sharp, nothing sudden, just a smooth, steady motion that carries you. The ground beneath you is steady and supportive. Soft earth, a little cool from the evening air. You can picture yourself resting there close to the water's edge, body cradled by the earth, held without effort. As you notice this, your shoulders begin to loosen. They do not have to hold the day anymore. All the weight you have been carrying can quietly slide down and away, down your arms, out through your hands. Gone. Your jaw softens. The tiny muscles around your eyes let go. Across your forehead, the skin smooths and relaxes. The face you show to the world can rest now. Here, you do not have to be anything for anyone. The stream keeps moving beside you, calm and sure. You might notice gentle patterns in its sound, a soft trickle here, a deeper, rounder tone there, where the water is slightly deeper, all of it blending into one soothing, continuous hush. Each time you hear that sound in your mind, your body grows a little heavier, a little more at ease, as if gravity has become warm and kind, drawing you down into perfect comfort. The light in the forest is changing. Dusk is settling in, slow and peaceful. Colors are softening, edges are blurring. The world is beginning to whisper itself toward night. High in the trees, the leaves are still. The air is so calm that even the smallest branch hardly moves. Every now and then, a quiet breath of wind passes through. It brushes against your skin, cool and light, then disappears again. Your breathing follows this same pattern. A gentle rise as air comes in. A long, easy fall as it flows back out. Nothing special to do. Just letting the breath move on its own, like the breeze, like the water. With each exhale, the body grows heavier, heavier in a way that feels safe and comforting, as if you are sinking into a favorite chair, or a soft bed, or a nest of moss by the stream, supported from beneath, held from all sides. The thoughts of the day may still wander through from time to time. They are welcome to drift past, like fallen leaves on the surface of the water. They touch the stream for a moment, then slide away and out of sight. You do not need to follow them. You are here instead, here with the sound of the water, here with the soft air at dusk, here with the gentle quiet of the forest settling down for the night. As the sky deepens, the first tiny lights appear among the trees. At first, it is easy to miss them. A small glimmer off to one side, then another, a brief spark, then darkness again. Little by little, more of these soft lights flicker into view. Fireflies waking up in the warm evening air. They glow for a second, then fade, then glow again. Unhurried, unconcerned. Their slow, gentle blinking matches the rhythm of your breathing. a soft light appears as you breathe in. It rests, suspended in the air. Then, as you breathe out, it fades into the deepening blue of the forest. Time seems to move differently here, not in straight lines and sharp minutes, but in slow waves of sound and light, the steady murmur of the stream, the rise and fall of your breath, the quiet pulse of distant fireflies. As you settle into this place by the water, every part of you begins to understand that it is safe to let go, safe to be still, safe to loosen your grip on the worries and tasks of the day. The muscles deep in your back soften one after another. Your arms rest more fully where they are. Your hands are warm and relaxed, no longer holding on to anything. Your legs are heavy and quiet, feet resting, toes uncurled. If you notice any part of you still trying to stay alert, just let the sound of the stream reach it. Imagine that gentle sound washing through that place, a tender, flowing reassurance that everything is all right for now. There is nothing you are missing, nothing you must keep track of. The forest around you seems to lean in, peaceful and protective. Tall trunks, steady and silent. Branches arching overhead, like a shelter, like a soft roof of leaves and sky. You are tucked in beneath them, close to the water, where the world is quiet. More tiny lights appear now among the trees. Here and there, sparks of soft gold and green glimmer in the deepening shade. They never flash all at once, just a few at a time, in no hurry, like slow, steady breathing made visible. You might notice how comforting it feels to simply watch them in your mind. No need to reach for them, no need to name them. Just a calm awareness of their gentle presence, dancing at the edge of your vision. The air smells faintly of damp earth and leaves, cool, clean, and soothing. With each breath, you take in that quiet freshness. With each exhale, you release a little more of what you do not need to carry. Thoughts, tension, plans, old conversations. All of it can sink into the soft ground or be carried away by the stream. They are not lost. They are simply set down for now, placed gently beside the water, to be taken care of by the night. Your mind does not need to work hard here. If it wants to drift, it can drift. If it wants to float on the surface of the stream, it can float. If it wants to follow one small spark of light into the trees, it can do that too. Whatever the mind does, the body continues to soften, heavier with each easy breath, deeper into comfort with each gentle sigh of the water. You are not required to stay focused. You are not required to stay awake. You are only invited to rest, to be here beside the quiet stream, as dusk slowly turns toward night. The fireflies keep appearing and fading, appearing and fading. Their glow is never harsh, never bright enough to disturb, just soft pulses in the dark, like distant, kind-hearted thoughts. The stream answers them with its low, constant murmur. Together, water and light weave a quiet lullaby around you. A simple song of flowing and glowing, rising and falling, coming and going. Always gentle, always kind. You are part of that gentle rhythm now. You belong naturally to this slow, peaceful evening. Nothing about you is out of place here. Everything you are is accepted and cradled by this quiet forest, by this steady water, by this deepening dusk. If sleep wants to come, it will find you easily in this soft, safe place. If it is not here yet, that is all right too. You can simply lie by the stream in your mind, watching the soft lights appear and disappear among the trees, listening to the calm song of the water. Breath by breath, moment by moment, you continue to arrive, more fully here, more deeply at ease, Nothing to chase, nothing to hold. Only this gentle resting by the water as the fireflies begin their quiet dance and the night slowly gathers around you, soft and safe and calm. The last light of the day is growing soft now. It slips through the tall trees in long, gentle bands, like quiet thoughts drifting across the forest. The air is cooling. Warmth from the day still lingers on the bark and stones, but around you the breeze has turned mild and easy, brushing your skin with a calm, steady touch. Above, the sky beyond the leaves is fading from color into a tender blue-gray. The edges of the world feel a little softer. Shapes are less sharp, sounds a little rounder. Everything is beginning to loosen its grip on the day. Somewhere close, the forest stream is murmuring to itself. A low, steady sound, always moving, always the same. You can hear the gentle rush of water over smooth stones, the tiny splashes, the soft swirl and hush. It forms a kind of background comfort, like a blanket made of sound, wrapping itself around this quiet evening. Each breath fits into that rhythm, in and out, like the stream. Nothing forced, nothing to change, just the simple ease of breathing and listening. The light between the trees grows thinner, slipping into shades of amber and gold before it slowly fades. Trunks rise up like peaceful pillars, holding the last hints of evening in their branches. A faint glow rests along the mossy ground, soft as a sigh, then gently dims. Underfoot, the earth is cool and steady. You step from the dry, leafy path onto a patch of thick green moss. It yields under your bare feet with a quiet welcome. Springy, soft and cool, it cradles your weight, as if the whole forest is holding you up. You notice how the moss cushions every movement. It asks nothing of you. It simply waits, soft and patient, ready to support each step, ready to invite stillness whenever you choose to stop. For a moment, you press your toes into it and feel the tiny springs of life beneath you, gentle and calm. The sounds of the day are slipping away. The distant calls of birds grow fewer, then fall into silence, one by one. Leaves rustle less. Even the air feels like it is settling down, agreeing to be quiet for a while. Near the water's edge, the stream sounds clearer. You move closer, each slow step sending a small whisper through the moss and fallen leaves. The air cools a little more here, touched by the flow of water, scented with damp stone and green things. It feels clean and light, easy to breathe. Now you stand at the side of the stream. The water moves steadily past, never hurrying, never stopping. It slips over stones that have been worn smooth by years of this same gentle journey. The sound is soothing and familiar, even if you have never heard it before. You let your gaze rest where the fading light still touches the surface. Ripples catch what little glow remains, bending it, stretching it, letting it shimmer and dissolve. Everything feels slower here. Even time seems to pause, just to listen. As the light fades a little more, shadows grow longer and softer. The trees around you are becoming silhouettes against the dimming sky. They are not dark or threatening, only quiet and present, like old friends standing guard. The first hints of night begin to gather between the trunks, in the spaces where the light no longer reaches. It is not a sudden change. It is a slow, easy melting of day into evening, of brightness into a calm, gentle dusk. Then, near the water's edge, something tiny blinks. A small, soft pulse of light, here and gone again. You almost wonder if you imagined it. Then, after a quiet pause, it returns. A single shy glow in the dim. A firefly. Just one at first. Hovering close to the stream, its little body carrying a light as delicate as a breath. It brightens, fades, then brightens again, like a tiny lantern testing the night. Your attention rests on that small point of light. The day's thoughts feel far away now. That gentle blinking brings with it a feeling of childlike curiosity, simple and pure. Nothing to analyze, nothing to figure out. Just a quiet, glowing presence. You watch as it drifts slowly over the water, leaving small circles of light on the surface for the briefest moment, then letting them disappear. Each glow is a soft invitation to slow down, to notice the little things that often pass unseen. Each pause between glows feels like a deep, easy breath. More of the forest settles around you. You can feel the trees resting, the ground still, the stream continuing its soft, endless song. The moss holds your feet as though you belong here, as though you have always known this place. You allow your body to be as still as the trunks that rise around you. No need to move quickly. No need to be anywhere else. Standing quietly, you feel how the day's busyness has been draining away, like leaves carried off by the gentle current. Thoughts that once tugged at your attention now drift to the edges of your mind, less important, less loud. The steady sound of flowing water smooths out the rough edges of the day. The simple rhythm of the stream becomes your rhythm too, slow and calm. Another soft blink of light appears, a small distance away from the first. Then another, nearer to the trees. The fireflies are beginning to wake, one by one, like tiny stars learning to shine close to the earth. They do not rush. They appear when they are ready, each glow soft and unhurried. Still, you stay where you are, rooted to the ground like one of the tall trunks nearby. The moss underneath feels even more familiar now, as if it remembers each step you took to get here. Cool, comforting. It holds you in place without effort. The air brushes gently against your skin, carrying the faint scent of water and leaves and distant earth. You may notice how your shoulders feel a little heavier, in a good way, as they drop and relax. Your hands rest easily by your sides. Your jaw softens. The muscles around your eyes grow calm. All around, the forest is settling into night. The last bits of color are fading from the sky above, leaving a velvety softness overhead. A quiet hum of tiny evening sounds begins. A low chirp here, a small rustle there, all woven into the steady hush of the stream. The single firefly near the water's edge continues its gentle blinking. Each light feels like a tiny heartbeat in the growing dark. It is not bright enough to disturb the night, only warm enough to comfort it. Like a small promise that even in darkness, there is always a soft, guiding glow. You stand with it, unhurried, sharing the same space, the same quiet air. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to change anything. Just being here is enough. If a thought rises, the stream is there to carry it away. If a feeling stirs, the moss is there to hold you steady. If your mind wants to wander, it can follow the path of that tiny light, blinking slowly in the gentle dusk. The evening has fully arrived now. The world has grown dim and peaceful, wrapped in soft shadows and slow sounds. Your breath has found a calm, natural pace, moving in easy harmony with the water beside you. Here, along the forest stream, with cool air on your skin and moss beneath your feet, everything is simple, quiet, kind. The faint glow of that first firefly, and the few that now join it hangs in the air like a tender whisper, blinking, pausing, blinking again, guiding your thoughts into softer places, guiding your body into deeper rest. You stay here a little longer, letting the gentle rhythm of the forest and the stream sink in, feeling the comfort of the ground below, hearing the constant soothing flow of water, watching the small patient lights drift in the deepening night, until even thoughts fall quiet, and only this calm remains. The stream widens gently here, opening like a quiet breath. The banks draw back a little, leaving more sky, more space, more soft evening air. The water slows to an easy glide, smoothing itself into long silver ribbons that slip around the stones. Everything feels unhurried, spacious, and calm. On one side, the mossy bank softens into a small open curve. Low branches lean over the water, their leaves hanging like a green curtain, brushing the air above the surface. The ground is thick with moss and soft earth, a place that feels made for resting, for pausing, for simply being still. The sound of the stream is quieter here, more of a murmur than a rush. As the light of the day thins, something gentle begins to stir in the air. A faint glow appears above the moss, then another, and another. Tiny sparks of pale gold hover in the dimness, as if the evening itself is beginning to breathe with quiet light. The first fireflies have arrived. They drift slowly over the bank and the low branches, small lanterns floating on invisible threads. Each one brightens, then softens, as though pulsing with a calm, steady heartbeat. They rise and fall in the cool air, never in a hurry, never in a straight line, always in a flowing, wandering dance. Their glow has a gentle warmth, like candlelight at a distance. Some of the lights wander out over the open water. They hover just above the surface, their reflections stretching and shimmering on the soft ripples. When a firefly brightens, its doubled image glows in the stream, one light in the air and one in the water, swaying together. The movement is slow and fluid, like a quiet breath drawn and released. The stream carries the reflections along, letting them lengthen, soften, and slide away downstream. Each glow becomes a wandering ribbon of light, bending and returning, never quite the same twice. As the water curves around the bank, the reflections gather in gentle arcs, drifting along the bend like a slow parade. Time feels as though it has loosened its grip, stretching out with the water. A cool breeze slips in along the surface of the stream. It moves softly across the skin, stroking the face, the hands, the shoulders with a quiet, refreshing touch. The air smells damp and clean, with a faint, sweet note of moss and leaves. Muscles that might still be holding tension begin to soften under the gentle, cooling flow. Each breath is easy here. In, the fresh, cool air fills the chest with quiet ease. Out, everything not needed can drift away, dissolving into the darkening forest. Breath by breath, the body settles more deeply into this calm, open space. The fireflies continue their slow dance above the mossy bank. Some linger close to the ground, lighting the tiny shapes of leaves and stones with soft, fleeting flashes. Others rise higher, weaving in and out of the low, reaching branches. They seem to move with one quiet intention: to glow, to pause, and to glow again. On the underside of a branch, a small cluster hangs in the air like a fragile constellation. They blink in no clear pattern, yet somehow it all feels perfectly ordered and right. A light flares, then rests, while another takes its turn, tiny stars exchanging whispers in the stillness. It is all so simple, so gentle, so easy to watch. The sound of the stream slides into the background like a soft blanket of murmuring water. Little pockets of current push around hidden stones, making quiet bubbling notes that rise and fade. Every now and then, a slightly louder trickle glides through the softer sounds, like a single clear thread in a woven cloth. The mind can rest on that sound, or on the gentle light, or on the feeling of cool air, and then rest again. Here, at this wider curve of water, there is nothing to do, no need to move, no need to think ahead or look back, just this easy, present moment, held in the soft glow of the fireflies and the slow whisper of the stream. A single firefly drifts closer, its glow brightening, then softening to a small ember of light. For a few breaths, its rhythm becomes familiar. A quiet flash, a pause, another flash. Following just this one tiny glow, attention narrows in the sweetest way, like gently closing a curtain around the mind. Thoughts that try to rise are noticed, then allowed to float away on the next breath out. The body grows heavier and more comfortable, as if the mossy bank itself is supporting every weight. The shoulders loosen and fall, the jaw releases. Even the small muscles around the eyes soften in the hush of the evening. Another light appears at the edge of awareness, then another, until the air feels full of slow drifting stars. They weave over the bank, over the water, and back again, unbothered by anything. Their easy, wandering paths invite everything inside to wander too, away from effort, away from concern. Each soft flash is like a small reminder that it is safe to rest here. The reflections on the water deepen as the sky above grows darker. Now the stream holds long, thin pathways of light, stretching gently over the ripples and currents. When a breath moves in, the chest may rise just a little, and the reflections seem to sway with that movement. When breath moves out, everything settles again, the light and water returning to stillness together. A delicate rustle moves through the low branches as the breeze passes by again. Leaves shift and settle, then grow quiet, as if they too are sinking into the calm. The cool air touches the skin once more, clearing away any remaining warmth or tightness. It feels like being wrapped in a soft, cool veil of night. Somewhere nearby, a quiet night insect sings a slow, steady note. Its sound is low and reassuring, blending with the water, the breeze, the dim rustle of leaves. Nothing here is sharp or sudden. Every sound melts into the next, like gentle circles widening out on the surface of the stream. Within this soft blend of light and sound, the inner world becomes quieter. Thoughts that once seemed loud now arrive like echoes, distant and faint, fading almost as soon as they appear. Attention can drift from a single firefly, to the shimmer on the water, to the feeling of breath in the chest, and then to nothing at all. Just the simple comfort of being held by the night. The fireflies continue their patient dance, not asking for anything, not needing to be understood. They only glow and dim and glow again, marking time in the softest way. Their unhurried rhythm seeps into the body, slowing everything down inside. The heartbeat, the breath, the thoughts, all moving at the pace of quiet water and gentle wings. In this stillness, the stream becomes a long, shining path through the dark. The glow of the fireflies above and their reflections below make it seem as though the water is carrying tiny pieces of starlight. Each little light journeys slowly along, resting for a moment in one place before drifting on. Watching them, the mind understands how to drift too. The cool air, the slow water, the mossy bank, the fireflies, all of it gathers around like a soft, protective circle. Nothing needs to change, and nothing is missing. Only this quiet, this ease, this gentle unfolding of night. Breath moves in, smooth and unforced. Breath moves out, releasing anything that still feels tight or busy. Over and over, like the soft pulse of the fireflies, this simple rhythm repeats. With each cycle, the body and mind sink a little deeper into rest. Soon, the shapes of the forest blur at the edges of awareness. What remains is the feeling of being cradled by the banks of the stream, rocked by the slow sound of water. Fireflies glow and fade and glow again, their tiny lanterns guiding everything toward a softer, quieter place inside. And here, in this hush, where time drifts like light on the water, everything can simply drift too. The stream keeps its slow, steady murmur beside you, like a quiet promise that nothing needs to change quickly here. The last colors of the day are fading from the sky, and the forest has grown softer, dimmer, gentler. Ahead, beside a curve in the water, a patch of moss waits. It's thick and deep and velvety, spreading over the earth like a natural cushion. You move toward it at an easy, unhurried pace, as though the moss itself is inviting you closer. When you reach it, you notice how springy it feels under your feet. Each step sinks in just a little, held and supported. The scent here is rich and clean, like damp earth and green leaves after rain. The stream is close enough that you can still hear every small swirl and ripple, but far enough that this little mossy place feels safe and still. Take a moment to choose how your body wants to rest. You might lower yourself all the way down, letting your back meet the moss. Or you might lean on one side, propped slightly, as if the forest has shaped a seat just for you. However you settle, the earth rises to meet you, steady and kind. As you ease your weight down, the moss receives you. It gives just enough, like a soft pillow, then gently holds you in place. Notice how your body feels as it meets this tender, living cushion. Hips supported, back carried, neck and head cradled by the ground beneath the moss, solid and unwavering. Let your shoulders drift lower, as if they have been waiting all day to drop and finally rest. The muscles between your shoulder blades soften, across the tops of your arms, down into your elbows, even into your wrists and palms. Any last bits of tension melt slowly away, heavy but in a peaceful way, comfortably weighted, like stones at the bottom of a calm pond. Above you, a canopy of leaves stretches out, dark shapes against a slowly deepening sky. Through small openings between the branches, evening reveals the first few stars, tiny points of light, far, far away, quietly finding their places for the night. You don't need to search for them. They simply appear, one by one, whenever your gaze gently drifts upward. The air is cooled, but it is not cold. It touches your skin in a soft, even way, wrapping you in the gentle temperature of night. Each breath you take is easy and unforced. Cool air flows in, slides down through your chest, then leaves again in a long, slow exhale. With every out-breath, the moss seems to gather you a little closer. Feel how your spine lengthens as it rests, each small bone quietly settling into place. Any tightness along your lower back eases as the earth takes more of your weight. Pelvis heavy, legs relaxing, knees, calves, ankles surrendering their work and letting go. Your feet, maybe still tinged with the memory of walking, begin to soften at the soles. Toes no longer need to press or hold, they simply rest. Surrounded by the quiet forest air, they too are supported. Every part of you is allowed to be here, exactly as it is. When your attention comes to your face, notice your jaw. If it feels tight, give it permission to loosen. Let a small space form between your teeth. Lips gentle, cheeks soft. The tiny muscles around your eyes unwrinkling. Forehead smoothing, as though a warm hand has passed lightly across it. All around, the subtle life of the forest continues. A leaf stirs lightly somewhere nearby. Farther off, a branch creaks as it settles into its own restful place. The steady thread of the stream song holds everything together in a simple, soothing rhythm. Nothing here demands your attention. Sounds arrive and pass right through, like ripples that fade back into still water. Soon a faint glow moves at the edge of your awareness. One small light drifts slowly over the stream. Then another appears, a little higher, gently pulsing in the dark. Fireflies are waking. Their soft lights float through the air like tiny stars that have decided to wander closer to the earth. They move with no hurry at all. Up, down, pausing, brightening, then dimming again. Some pass above the water, their reflections trembling on the surface of the stream. Others rise higher, weaving between the low-hanging branches, clustering together, then drifting apart. You watch them in an easy, unfocused way, as if your eyes are simply resting on light. Above the trees, more stars have appeared. Below them, the fireflies form their own quiet constellation, slowly shifting and changing shape. The sky and the forest mirror one another, still and moving at the same time. You are nestled in between, held by the ground, surrounded by gentle light from both above and around. As you lie here, the line between your body and the moss begins to blur in a comforting way. The moss supports you so completely that there is no effort left to make. Weight flows downward into the soft green layer and then deeper into the steady earth below. The ground is vast and patient, and it holds you without question, the way it holds tree roots and stones and streams. Breath continues on its own rhythm, smooth, slow, unrushed. With each inhale, your chest rises so slightly, as if floating on the surface of the air. With each exhale, your ribs relax, your belly softens, and you sink a little more into the welcoming moss. Notice how calm your limbs have become. Arms resting by your sides or in your lap, palms easy and open. Legs settled where they fell, needing no adjustment. There is a heaviness now that feels safe and pleasant, as though gravity itself is a soft blanket drawn over you. Around you, the forest floor feels like a gentle cradle. The curve of the earth, the cushion of the moss, the nearness of the stream, all seem to gather around your resting body. The night air wraps you in its cool, quiet presence. Even the distant sounds feel as though they are leaning in protectively, creating a circle of peaceful space where nothing can hurry you. You are not required to think about anything here. No choices need to be made. No plans, no decisions, no effort. Just this one simple experience of resting on soft moss, with the water nearby and the soft lights drifting overhead. If thoughts appear, they can pass through like clouds sliding across the face of the moon. Not pushed away, not followed. They just move on, while you remain here, still and supported. The stream keeps its slow murmur. The fireflies continue their gentle dance. Feel how deeply safe this moment is. Your body knows how to rest when it is given permission. Every breath is that permission. Every heartbeat, steady and quiet, agrees. You are being held from below by the earth, and from above by the calm of the darkening sky. The canopy of leaves frames your view, turning the stars into small, tender windows of light. As your eyes grow heavier, those points of light blur and soften, becoming just a gentle glow at the edge of awareness. There is no need to focus on them. They are simply there, watching over this small, mossy place beside the stream. In this softness, nothing is urgent. Time stretches out, slow and kind. Your body knows it can stay right here as long as it needs, resting in this quiet cradle of forest and night. The moss holds your shape. The streams sing softly. Fireflies drift like a moving lullaby of light. Breath by breath, you settle even more. Supported, safe, eased. The world around you becomes a gentle hum, a background of comfort and quiet. All that remains is this simple feeling of being held completely by the night and the earth, and the soft, soft moss beneath you, as everything grows quieter and quieter and very, very still. Night has settled more deeply over the forest now. The sky is darker, the edges of things softer, as though the whole world has taken a long, slow breath and released it. The stream keeps its steady murmur, gentle and constant. That soft sound holds everything in place, like a calm hand resting over the scene. The air feels cooler against the skin, easy and light, wrapping around each breath. As the darkness deepens, the fireflies grow brighter. Their small lights float and shimmer between the trees, tiny lanterns glowing against the dark. Each flicker feels unhurried, rising and falling like a slow, quiet heartbeat in the night. Here, one small firefly drifts into view. Its light brightens, then softens, like a tiny breathing star. It hovers for a moment above the moss, then lifts itself gently, as if carried on a soft current of air. The firefly moves toward a low branch. Its glow brushes the underside of a leaf, painting a faint pale green for a heartbeat, then dimming again. The leaf falls back into shadow, easy and unbothered, content to vanish into the dark. Now the firefly drifts on, and your attention moves with it. It rises slowly toward a higher branch, its light pulsing in an easy rhythm. Bright, and then softer. Bright, and then softer again. Like the way a calm breath expands and settles, without any effort at all. Between the firefly's soft flashes, the forest becomes a deep, quiet shade. In those brief pauses, the darkness feels thick and comforting, like a warm blanket pulled gently around the edges of awareness. Nothing presses in, nothing demands attention. The dark simply holds everything, kind and still. The firefly reaches another branch and pauses. It hangs there, a tiny lantern swaying in the faint night breeze. Around it, other lights begin to glow, scattered through the trees and above the stream. They appear slowly, one here, one there, each with its own gentle rhythm. Some lights stay bright for a moment, then fade into shadow. Others blink once and vanish, leaving a soft hush where they were. Between them, pockets of darkness deepen, nestling between roots and ferns. In the folds of bark, under curved leaves, these darker places feel safe, like hidden nooks where the night sits quietly and rests. The stream keeps moving, calm and sure of its path. Its sound does not change with the lights. It flows on, low and steady, a gentle whisper of water over smooth stones. That soft murmur ties the bright flickers and the dark spaces together so that nothing is separate, nothing is alone. Awareness begins to narrow to simple, easy things. The soft glow of a firefly, blooming and fading. The cool air around the face, around the hands. The constant soothing hush of water finding its way downstream. The small lantern you have been following drifts off its branch again. It floats slowly across the open space between two trees, a single point of warm light moving through the darker air. Its path is unhurried, wandering, almost lazy. It does not need to know where it is going. It only needs to move gently from moment to moment. As it passes, the firefly's light brushes against a patch of fern. For an instant, the fronds glow softly, every tiny edge lit and clear. And then they melt back into the dark. The memory of that brief light lingers, like the last echo of a whispered word, then quiets. Another firefly answers from nearby, then another, a little farther away. Soon the forest seems scattered with these small, patient sparks, each rising and falling, appearing and disappearing without hurry. The pattern never stays the same, yet nothing feels uncertain. It all moves with one slow, peaceful rhythm. In the spaces between the lights, the darkness deepens again. Those patches of shadow are not empty. They feel full and soft, like the inside of a folded blanket. They invite the eyes to rest, to stop searching, to simply soften and sink. The mind can move like the fireflies if it wishes. A thought glows for a moment. It appears bright and clear, then gently fades as attention drifts away. Another thought might rise, shining briefly, then pass back into the quiet dark. Nothing needs to be held. Nothing needs to be followed very far. Each time a firefly brightens, the focus gently returns to its glow. Each time it fades, awareness eases back into the comforting darkness around it. Light and shadow trade places over and over in a slow, easy dance. With each exchange, everything inside feels a little softer, a little more at peace. The night air brushes calmly against the skin. Cool, but not cold. Fresh, but not sharp. It moves like a quiet breath, flowing in and out, as though the whole forest is breathing with you. The stream's murmur continues underneath it all. Even when the fireflies dim, even when the eyes imagine only darkness, the sound is there. A low, steady presence. It says, without words, that things are moving as they should, that there is no need to rush, no need to do anything at all. Here, in this gentle balance, the darkness is no longer something unknown. It is familiar and soft. It lies between the trees, along the ground, over the water, like a wide, quiet blanket. The tiny lanterns of the fireflies only brush its surface now and then, reminding you how easily light can come and go. When one small light appears, it feels welcome. When it disappears, that feels welcome too. The eyes grow comfortable with both. The mind grows comfortable with both. Bright moments and quiet spaces, each one easing into the next. Breath continues its own calm pattern, in and out, in and out, rising and falling like the soft glowing of the fireflies, like the ripples on the slow, dark water. All around, the forest has settled into its night rhythm. Leaves hardly move. Branches are still and patient. The moss along the stream banks rests in deep shadow, cooled by the drifting air. Everything seems to be leaning into the same gentle quiet. Following the path of that little lantern through the trees has become simple now. There is no need to watch closely. Just a loose sense of its movement, here and there, above the stream, near a trunk, beside a stone. Sometimes you notice it, sometimes you forget it is there. Either way, everything remains calm. Light and dark take turns, but the feeling underneath does not change. It is steady and kind, like the stream's whispering flow. It holds you the way the night holds the forest, with easy arms, with no demand, with no weight. Thoughts can wander, then dim. Awareness can drift, then rest. The tiny lanterns of the fireflies continue their quiet journey, and the darkness around them stays soft and welcoming, stretching out gently, without edges, into the waiting quiet beyond. The stream keeps whispering in the dark, its soft voice looping and curling through the quiet night. Water moves over stone in an easy, unhurried way, as though time itself has decided to slow down here. The air is mild and gentle, with a hint of coolness that feels clean and kind. Everything around you has settled into a hush, and the steady sound of the stream is the one familiar thread, weaving through the silence. Breath and water begin to feel like the same simple rhythm. Inhaling, the sound comes closer, fuller. Exhaling, it drifts away a little, like a wave sliding back along smooth sand. In this simple back and forth, the body starts to understand that it does not have to do anything special. The stream is already flowing. The night is already holding you. Just ahead, the water bends around a cluster of rounded stones. They have been worn smooth by so many years of gentle touch, each ripple shaping them a little more. The current parts around them in soft swirls, curling and uncurling like slow, sleepy breath. Tiny spirals of water form and fade, never in a hurry, always finding their way back into the main flow. Thoughts begin to feel a little like those spirals. They appear for a moment, turn slowly, then drift off without effort. A memory, a plan, a small worry, each one like a thin ring of water slipping free, almost transparent in the night. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Nothing needs to be solved. Everything can simply pass through, like water gliding by stone. Up in the dimness, small lights drift and hover. The fireflies move lazily above the stream, soft points of gold that blink in no clear pattern, just their own quiet rhythm. Every now and then, one floats low enough that its glow brushes the surface of the water. For a heartbeat, the stream carries a tiny moving star along its ripples. That faint flicker skims over the current, bending and stretching as the surface shifts. Little threads of light ride the smallest waves, here for a moment and then gone, as if the stream itself is breathing light in and out. The reflection never resists, never clings. It appears, travels a short distance, and then melts back into the darker water with peaceful ease. Thoughts can move like that too. Imagine each one as a small leaf resting on the surface of the stream. A simple, light leaf, carrying no weight at all. When a thought appears, picture laying it gently on the water. Watch how the current takes it, how it bobs and turns a little, and then begins to glide away. Some leaves catch on a stone for a moment. They hover there in a tiny eddy, circling lazily in place. But even those are not stuck. Slowly, the swirl shifts, the angle changes, and the leaf slips free again, back into the open current, moving quietly away into the dark. Breath follows the same pattern. A soft rise, like a leaf lifted by a little swell in the water. A gentle fall, like that same leaf relaxing into a slower, flatter stretch of stream. No need to deepen or lengthen anything on purpose. Just noticing how breath already moves, how it already knows how to flow all on its own. Now the sense of standing beside the stream begins to soften. Awareness drifts closer to the water itself, closer to the quiet strength of the current. Instead of watching the stream, there is a feeling of being part of it, as though some inner tide has turned and is now moving in the same direction as the water. The edges between body and night, between thought and stream, become looser, more relaxed. Imagine that your whole mind is resting as a tiny boat on the water. The boat is simple and light, just enough to hold your awareness. It rocks gently as the current passes under it, front rising a little, then settling again. Each small movement is slow and kind, like being cradled in a vast, patient hand. There is no paddle in this boat, no rope, no anchor, nothing to steer with, nothing to manage. The stream knows where it is going. It has always known. All that is left to do is to lie back in that small boat, feeling the support beneath you, and let the water carry you. Every slight shift, every tender sway, is the stream guiding you onward. From time to time, the boat passes another smooth stone, half hidden below the surface. Water folds around it in soft curves, patterns rising and fading with no effort. You might notice the way the boat drifts a little to one side, then slides back, guided by these unseen shapes under the water. Even what you cannot see is gently, quietly taking care of the journey. Above, a firefly floats over the current, and its glow follows along beside the boat. The reflection stretches and ripples, sometimes long and thin, sometimes round and soft. It feels as though a small companion is traveling with you, not speaking, only shining in a slow, steady way. Now and then, the light fades as the firefly lifts away, and darkness folds around the boat again like a warm blanket. The sound of the stream becomes heavier and softer at the same time. Each trickle over stone, each tiny fall of water, seems slower, blurrier at the edges. The mind follows that slowing, drifting in wider, softer curves. Thoughts thin out, like distant shapes on the shore fading back into shadow. If another thought comes, it can become another leaf. Set it gently on the surface, without grabbing it back. Just watch how the stream accepts it, without judgment, without hurry. The current moves it along, turning it in small, lazy circles when needed, then guiding it quietly away until it is no longer near. You do not have to chase it or follow it. The stream will take it. Awareness keeps sinking deeper into the feeling of flow. Not just the flow of water, but the flow of breath, in and out. The flow of time, moment after moment, sliding by like smooth stones under clear water. The flow of night itself, slowly moving overhead, even if you cannot see it, like a vast river of stars turning in silence. The body is rocked by this gentle inward current. Muscles soften as if warmed by the steady motion. Joints feel looser, as though each one is floating in its own small pool of comfort. The face releases, the jaw easing, the eyes resting, as though the stream has reached in and smoothed out all the little lines of tension. Nothing needs to be held up anymore. The boat holds you. The water holds the boat. The night holds everything. You are wrapped in layers of support so complete that effort simply falls away. Trying is no longer needed. Trust starts to feel natural, like breathing, like floating. The stream continues on, unbroken. Around each curve, around every stone, it stays itself, calm and steady. Even where it narrows or deepens, the sense of gentle movement remains. You are moving with it, but there is no rush, no destination that needs to be reached. Only this flowing, only this rocking, only this quiet ride through the soft darkness. Fireflies blink faintly at the edges of awareness now. Their small, golden pulses come and go in the distance, like tiny, sleepy heartbeats scattered through the trees. If their reflections reach the water near you, they appear as soft, slow sparks, gliding for a moment along the current before fading. Each brief glow only adds to the feeling that everything here is safe, slow, and kind. The sound of the stream, the easy movement of breath, and the gentle weight of the body all merge together. It becomes hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. Breath is like water. Water is like time. Time is like night, stretching out dark and tender around you. In this flowing night, the small boat of your awareness rocks and drifts, carried without effort, no steering, no decisions. Only the soft pull of the current, the quiet song of water on stone, and the slow, steady softening of everything inside. The stream moves on, and you move with it, gently, peacefully, in a long, easy drift, into deeper and deeper rest. The night has grown deeper now, softer and more still. The stream keeps its gentle rhythm, a quiet shining ribbon in the dark. Around it, the forest seems to lean in, calm and slow, as if listening to its own easy breathing. Above the trees, the moon has climbed higher into the sky. Its light is gentle, not harsh at all, a cool silver glow that brushes the tops of the branches. Where the leaves open into little gaps, the moonlight slips through in soft beams, like pale pathways reaching down toward the water. Those beams fall across the stream in long, smooth bands. They lie on the surface like pieces of soft silk, silvery and still, even while the water moves quietly underneath. As the current flows, the light stretches and shivers, drifting with the slow pull of the stream. Some of the moonbeams touch the stones along the bank. A rounded rock here, a patch of smooth sand there, gently painted with pale light. Everywhere else, shadows rest, cool and deep, as if the ground is wrapped in a calm, dark blanket. The fireflies are still floating above the water, unhurried and free. Their warm, golden-green flicker weaves between the trunks and low branches, like tiny, wandering lanterns. Now and then, one of them drifts into a band of moonlight, and for a moment, its glow looks even brighter and more tender. When a firefly crosses into that silver path, its body seems to hold both lights at once. The soft gold of its own glow and the clear, cool touch of the moon. It shines like a little star that has come down just to wander here, close to the quiet stream. They rise and fall so slowly, these gentle lights. One drifts up to meet a higher branch, then eases back down toward the water. Another hovers in place, blinking softly, as if resting in the stillness. All around, the trees stand in a calm circle, dark and steady against the sky. Their branches reach out and up, like quiet arms around the water and the soft lights. In the moonlight, they are only silhouettes, simple and strong, watching over the sleeping forest. The trunks feel old and patient, like guardians who have seen many nights like this. They do not move, yet they somehow give a sense of comfort, a sense of being safely held. Between them, the gaps of sky are brushed with silver, pale clouds drifting slowly past the moon. The air is cool and easy in this place. Each breath moves in and out with no effort, as though the forest itself is breathing along, in and out. The same soft tide that carries the stream forward carries the air through the leaves and past your skin. Somewhere above, a small breeze turns a few thin branches. Leaves rustle quietly, only for a moment, then settle again into deep rest. The faint sound melts back into the hush of water and the occasional soft pulse of firefly light. The longer you stay with this scene, the wider it seems to become. The light and the dark, the gentle sounds and the spaces between them, all opening out around you. Awareness feels loose and easy, spreading like soft mist between the trees and over the slow current. The silver bands across the stream grow softer as your eyes rest. They blur at the edges, melting into the darker water, less a sharp line and more a gentle glow. It is as if the moon is breathing with the stream, brightening a little with each quiet movement, then settling back again. Occasionally, a firefly drifts right across one of those pale bands. For a second, its glow seems to stretch behind it, like a tiny trail of light on the air. Then the trail fades, and only the memory of that slow, graceful arc remains. Closer to the ground, in the deeper shade under the branches, more fireflies are resting in the grass and low ferns. They blink in their own time, random and soft, like sleepy thoughts that rise and fade on their own. Nothing needs to be followed, nothing needs to be held onto. Each light appears and then gently lets go. The quiet silhouettes of the trees stand all around, framing this little world of water and light. They make the space feel clear and contained, like a safe hollow in the heart of the forest. Outside this circle, the night may go on, but here, everything is simple and close. You might sense the slow pulse of the forest under the stillness. Roots deep in the earth, branches reaching into the sky, all linked by the same calm rhythm. It is a wide, peaceful presence, steady and quiet, that seems to include you without any effort at all. Moonlight on water, fireflies in the air, shadows wrapped around the trees. Each part of the scene supports the others, like a gentle pattern that never needs to hurry or change. You are simply resting within it, as the night breathes softly in every direction. Thoughts, if they appear, can move the way the fireflies do, drifting slowly in, glowing for a moment, then wandering off into the deeper dark between the trunks. No need to pull them closer, no need to push them away, just letting them come and go with the same easy grace. The stream keeps its soft murmur, almost like a whispered lullaby. Moonlight slips over its small ripples and tiny eddies, then glides on, always downstream. Time here feels like that too. Smooth, unbroken, always moving, yet so gentle you barely notice. Above, the moon watches quietly through the branches. Its calm presence spreads down through every thread of silver light, into the water, the stones, the leaves. Everything under its glow seems more spacious, more at ease, as if wrapped in a quiet, steady kindness. The darkness between the beams is friendly and deep, not empty, but full of rest, full of the promise of sleep. Within that darkness, the soft lights of the fireflies and the pale paths of moonlight feel even more tender. Breath flows in the same easy way as the stream. Shoulders, arms, and legs grow heavy and warm, like stones on the riverbed, settled and still. The mind can float lightly above, like a small leaf resting on the soft current of this quiet night. All around, the forest holds this moment with gentle care. Trees standing silent, water moving slowly, moonlight and fireflies weaving their calm, simple dance. Awareness can loosen here, like a knot gently untying itself, easing open into spacious, quiet peace. The night goes on, slow and kind, under the watchful silver of the moon. The stream will keep flowing, the trees will keep standing, the fireflies will continue their soft wandering, and you can drift with it all, sinking deeper into stillness as the forest breathes calmly, and everything grows very, very quiet. Night has settled fully now, soft and deep around the stream. The sky above is a dark, gentle blanket, and the forest has grown quiet and still. Only the softest sounds remain, the low, steady song of the water, the hush of leaves moving slowly in the cooler air. The lively chorus from earlier has faded into a distant murmur. Crickets hum in the background, not sharp or busy, just a soft, even tone. Far away, a quiet call, a rustle, a faint echo of movement, all wrapped in distance. Nothing asks for attention. Every sound is muffled and kind, like voices heard through a wall, safe and far away. The fireflies have slowed their dance. They no longer rush or swirl. They drift lazily now, hanging in the dark air like tiny, quiet stars. Little points of gentle light, here and there, hardly moving at all. It feels as if time has slowed with them. The air has cooled just a little, enough to notice in small, peaceful ways. The skin along the arms and face can feel that soft night air brushing by. Beneath that, a deeper warmth holds steady, wrapped in layers and fabric and comfort. Cool at the edges, warm at the center, everything balanced and easy. Each breath falls into that balance. A slow in-breath, easy and unforced. A slow out-breath, like a quiet sigh that the forest takes with you. The chest rises gently, then falls again, as if being rocked by the rhythm of the stream. Over and over, calm and regular. The body is settling more deeply now. Muscles that had already relaxed soften even further. Shoulders sink a little heavier. Arms rest with more weight. The legs feel long and comfortable, as though they are gently melting into the ground beneath. All around, the forest feels like a shelter. Tall trees, now only sensed, not seen, stand as silent guardians in the night. Their leaves move in slow whispers, brushing against one another with a quiet shh. They seem to breathe with the wind, a long, slow exhale that matches your own. The air carries the faint, earthy scent of moss and cool stone and damp wood. Time has slipped far away. There is no need to remember what came before, and no need to think about what comes next. Clocks and schedules feel like something from another world, far beyond the trees. Here, only this moment matters. The sound of water, the gentle air, the easing weight of the body. The stream continues its soft, steady song. Sometimes it seems closer, as if it has leaned in to comfort you. Sometimes it blends back into the background, a low, even hum. It never stops, never startles, never changes too quickly. It simply flows, like a calm, endless lullaby made of water and stone. Every now and then, a tiny sound reaches through the quiet, a twig settling, a leaf dropping softly to the ground, a brief flutter of wings in a nearby branch. Each sound appears, then fades, leaving the stillness even deeper than before. The mind can rest here, wrapped in all this softness. Thoughts drift in like clouds, slow and pale. They might be noticed for a moment, then they pass, without effort, without resistance. Nothing needs to be solved. Nothing needs to be fixed or sorted or held. As the mind loosens its grip, the body grows heavier. The back feels supported, as if the earth itself is holding it carefully. The head is cradled where it rests, neck loose, jaw slack, brow smooth. Hands and fingers feel warm and distant, as though they belong to something already half asleep. Feet and toes grow quiet, no longer ready to move, just resting in gentle stillness. This heaviness feels good, like sinking slowly into a soft, dark lake of comfort. Yet at the same time, there is a lightness too, a sense that the body can stay where it is, safely held, while something inside floats free. As if the part of you that listens to the stream is drifting just above the ground, weightless and calm, rocked by night, almost suspended in the cool, easy air. Darkness wraps itself around this place like a soft cloak. It does not feel empty or cold. It feels tender, protective, and deep. The small lights of the fireflies shimmer gently within it, never harsh, never bright, just a quiet glow. Safe in the shadows, everything can rest, unnoticed and undisturbed. The sense of being unseen can feel soothing now. No one is asking anything of you. No one is watching or waiting. The forest does not need you to do anything at all. You are free to simply exist here, breathing slowly, wrapped in warmth and night. In this comfort, the edges of the body begin to blur. The line between skin and air softens. You might feel as if you are gently floating, just a few inches above where you rest. Not going anywhere, not rising or falling, simply held in place by softness itself, suspended between the earth below and the dark, kind sky above. The coolness of the night air brushes over cheeks, over hands, over the tip of the nose. Each breath in carries that coolness inside, where it meets the warm, steady center of the chest. Each breath out releases any last bits of effort, any small tension still hiding away. With every exhale, something lets go. With every inhale, ease returns. The rhythm repeats, slower and slower. In and out, in and out. The stream matches that rhythm. The crickets hum along with it, like a soft, sustained note that never disturbs. Thoughts may try to return, like gentle ripples on a very still pond. They arrive, touch the surface of awareness, then fade back into the dark water. Nothing needs to be followed. Nothing needs to be chased. Every idea, every picture, every memory can simply drift away again. Here, in this deep part of the night, everything feels unhurried. Even the tiniest motion seems to stretch out in time, slow and smooth. Blinking, if it happens, feels like a long, soft closing of curtains. The space between one breath and the next feels wide and quiet, as if the world is pausing with you. Silence fills those spaces, thick and gentle. The sense of calm grows like a warm tide rising from within. It starts low, in the belly, and spreads through the chest and shoulders. It trickles down the arms, into the hands, into each finger. It flows down through the hips, along the legs, all the way to the toes. Every part of you touched by that tide becomes heavier, warmer, easier to forget. The forest, the stream, the night air, all seem to breathe together now. One slow, shared rhythm, carrying you along without effort. Held inside that shared breath, you are deeply safe. Nothing presses in. Nothing pulls you away. It is all right to drift here, to let the mind wander less and less, to sink into the softness that waits just beneath wakefulness. Like lying at the bottom of a shallow, warm pool, watching the surface far above, calm and still. No need to rise, no need to move. The fireflies hang in the air like suspended stars that have forgotten how to fall. Their light flickers gently, slowly, sometimes disappearing for a while, then returning with a soft pulse. That faint, glowing pattern feels like a lullaby for the eyes behind closed lids. Even without looking, their presence is a comfort. Tiny beacons of quiet joy in the dark. Around you, the muffled sounds of the night continue like a distant, soothing conversation. The words cannot be made out, and they do not need to be. Only the tone matters, low and kind and steady. Like being a child again, half asleep, hearing soft voices in another room, knowing you are safe and cared for. That same ease wraps gently around you now. Everything unnecessary has fallen away. Only this remains. The coolness at the surface, the warmth beneath, the slow breath, the steady stream. All of it working together, guiding you toward deeper and deeper rest. No rush, no pressure. If sleep has not already arrived, it is very close now, waiting just at the edge of awareness, patient and soft. Night holds the space open for it, like open arms in the dark. You do not have to look for it. You only have to keep resting here just as you are. The forest will watch over you. The stream will keep singing its low, gentle song. The fireflies will glow and fade and glow again, like slow, sleepy stars. And you can continue to drift, weightless and warm, wrapped in darkness and soft light, until everything grows quiet inside, and the night takes you the rest of the way. Into silence. The forest has grown even quieter now. The stream moves with a slow, steady sound, a soft whisper in the dark. Fireflies drift gently through the air, tiny lights pulsing in a calm, unhurried rhythm. Everything feels unpressed, unhurried, easy. Breath moves in and out, slow and natural. With each breath, the body eases a little more, as if it is being cradled by the night. The ground, or the bed beneath, feels safe and steady. The darkness around is soft, not heavy, like a warm blanket of air. Far above, the sky is deep and spacious. The stars are quiet, patient points of light, shining without effort. Closer, between the trees, the fireflies glow and fade, like tiny, sleepy hearts. Their light feels gentle, kind, almost like a whisper of comfort. Notice one small light, not too far away. It lingers near, glowing softly in the air. The glow matches the pace of the breath, brightening a little with each slow inhale, softening with each easy exhale. As attention rests on this light, the rest of the world begins to blur at the edges. Now imagine that this small, steady glow is not separate. Imagine that this light is the quiet center of you. Not the thinking you, not the busy you, but the peaceful part that is always here underneath everything. A simple, calm point of light, floating in the dark like a firefly at rest. With the next breath in, feel that soft glow in the middle of the chest, or in the belly, wherever it wants to be. A tiny, warm pulse, as if a candle flame were resting inside, safe and sheltered. It does not burn or strain, it only glows, steady and kind. On the exhale, feel it gently expand, just a little, like a circle of warmth spreading through the torso. Breath in. The light brightens very softly, without effort. Breath out. The light softens and widens, like a quiet sigh. In. A warm, gentle pulse at the center. Out. A spreading calm through the ribs, the shoulders, the heart, the belly. As this continues, the outline of the body begins to feel less sharp. Edges soften, as if the skin is simply a mist resting in the air. Hands, feet, arms, legs grow heavier and looser, but also lighter in a different way, less defined. The body is here, and at the same time, it feels like it is dissolving into comfort. The little point of light at the center grows more noticeable than anything else. Thoughts move farther away, like leaves drifting downstream. The sound of water, the breath, and this glowing center are all that truly remain. Everything else can simply rest. Now picture that tiny light gently lifting, as if weightless. It hovers within the body at first, as if the whole body were made of soft night air. Then, with another deep, easy breath, it rises just a little higher until it feels as though the whole sense of you is this small resting glow. The body itself can drift into the background, relaxed and peaceful. Notice how calm it feels to be this small. No effort, no tasks, no roles to play. Only a quiet point of light, breathing slowly in the forest night. Every inhale and exhale rocks this light, like a boat on a perfectly gentle stream. The forest holds this light with complete care. The trees stand steady around, like kind, silent guardians. The stream below continues its soft, fluent song, a steady ribbon of sound beneath everything. The night is cool and easy, wrapping around this tiny glow in a tender embrace. Now this point of light drifts a little higher, until it feels as though it is floating just above the forest floor. From here, the soft shine touches the moss, the leaves, the stones by the stream. The water reflects a faint, gentle glimmer, as if greeting an old friend. Nothing is asked of this light. It simply is, and that is enough. As the light drifts higher still, it moves above the stream itself. The flowing water passes calmly below, carrying away the last traces of tension or worry. Anything heavy, anything tired, melts down into the current and is carried off into the distance. Up here, the little glow remains untouched, resting in its own quiet space. From this place, everything below looks calm and safe. The rocks in the stream bed, smoothed by time. The roots of the trees leaning gently toward the water. The wide, slow curve of the stream as it disappears around a bend, like a thought fading into sleep. The air around this point of light is cool and clear. With each breath, it feels as though the glow is gently breathing with the forest itself. The night air flows in, and the light grows just a little warmer. The breath flows out, and that warmth spreads softly into the space around. Notice how the boundaries of this glow also begin to blur. What was once a tiny point becomes a small, soft cloud of light. It still has a center, a calm heart, but its edges fade smoothly into the darkness. Light and night blend together, like colors mixing slowly in water. Farther away, other fireflies drift and shine. Their lights gently rise and fall, each with its own quiet rhythm. Now it is easy to feel how this glow is just one among many, floating in the same gentle air. Separate, yet also part of the same peaceful evening, sharing the same slow pulse of calm. With every breath, it becomes simpler to feel that there is no hard line where this light ends and the forest begins. The warmth at the center seems to touch the nearby trees. The steady sound of the stream seems to flow right through the heart of the glow. The night sky above feels as though it is resting inside this small light, as well as outside it. The body, resting safely where it is, receives all of this ease. Muscles loosen a little more. as if released by the kindness of the night. The jaw is soft, the brow smooth, the belly relaxed. The body sleeps, or almost sleeps, and the point of light floats on. Here, in this quiet space above the stream, nothing needs to change. The glow does not have to try to be brighter or calmer. It is already exactly as it should be, simply by existing. Every slow breath proves that this is enough. The light can hover, or drift, or rest perfectly still. Sometimes it may feel closer to the chest, sometimes a little higher in the air, and both are perfectly right. The forest accepts it in every position, in every mood, with the same deep stillness. Water flows, trees breathe, stars shine, and the tiny glow is held among them, part of a quiet whole. If thoughts appear, they pass gently through this light, the way a soft ripple passes through a reflection on the water. They do not disturb the center. They arrive, they touch the edge, and then they move on, downstream and away. The glow remains, untroubled, easy. Now the sense of being a point of light, the sense of having a body, the sounds of the stream, and the warmth of the night all begin to blend. No clear borders, just a wide, soft field of comfort. The forest, the water, the sky, the fireflies, and this gentle center all seem to breathe together. In, a shared quiet brightening. Out, a shared peaceful release. Time slows down here. Moments stretch like calm, still water under the moon. Each breath is its own small world of rest. Nothing before, nothing after, only this drifting ease. If sleep wants to come, it can rise up like a deeper night, wrapping around the little glow. The light might dim into a warm ember, hidden but safe, resting deep inside. Or it might continue to hover dreamily above the stream, watching over the sleeping forest. Either way, everything is held in the same soft safety. For now, there is only this gentle breathing, this soft, steady glow, this quiet forest night that welcomes every part of you into its calm. Floating, resting, barely thinking at all. Just being here, like a small, peaceful point of light. Fading gradually into the sweetest, quietest silence, night has settled softly over the forest. The last colors of the sky have faded, and everything has grown quiet and kind. The stream still moves in the darkness, a gentle, steady murmur, like a soft voice speaking in the distance. The air is cool and calm, and it wraps around you like a light, comforting blanket. You are back on the soft moss beside the water. The ground is familiar now, shaped to the lines of your body, holding you with an easy, steady support. Nothing is asked of you here, nothing needs to be done. Only resting, only breathing, only being. Feel the quiet weight of your body, settled and safe. Notice how the earth takes all of that weight without effort. Your back, your hips, your legs, all gently supported. The moss is soft, springy and cool under you, like a natural pillow that knows exactly how to hold you. The stream moves nearby, the same slow, constant sound as before. Water over stone, water around stone, water continuing on its way. It does not hurry, it does not stop. It just flows calmly, steadily through the night. Your breath has become a part of this quiet place. Feel it now, rising and falling in a small, peaceful rhythm. In and out, and in and out. Each breath a little softer, a little slower, like waves settling on a still shore. All around the forest is resting too. Branches are still. Leaves hang quietly in the dark. The world has drawn in close, like a friend sitting nearby, saying nothing. just keeping you company. Above the stream, the fireflies drift and glow. They are not surprising anymore. They feel known, gentle, almost like old companions. Each tiny light blink, blink, blinking slowly, in no hurry at all. They float in loose circles, over the water, over the moss, around where you rest. A slow dance of small golden sparks, fading and returning, fading and returning. Sometimes one appears close, glowing softly like a quiet thought. Then it dims again, leaving only the memory of its warmth. Every time the fireflies brighten and fade, your body seems to settle a little deeper. Shoulders softening, hands resting loosely, jaw unclenched, face smooth and quiet. Notice the way your breath moves through you without needing any help. The gentle pull in, the soft release out. Nothing to control, nothing to manage. Breathing is simply happening, like the stream is simply flowing. The stream and your breath move together side by side. Water traveling over smooth stones, air traveling through your chest. Two soft rhythms overlapping, like a calm, simple lullaby made of sound and silence. The earth beneath you feels steady and solid. It has been here long before this night, and it will be here long after. For now, it is just holding you, patiently, with quiet strength. There is no rush. You can stay right where you are. The coolness of the moss touches your skin in a soft, gentle way. Where your body meets the ground, you can feel a faint, comforting pressure. It lets you know exactly where you are. Here, in this safe place, by this familiar stream, under this soft, dark sky. If any thoughts drift by, they move like clouds that do not belong to you. They come, and they go, and they grow smaller as they pass. The sound of the water is more interesting than any thought. The sound of your own breath is kinder than any worry. You might notice a tiny breeze brushing lightly over your face. It smells of water and leaves and cool stone. As it passes, your body sinks even more into the moss, as if drawn gently downward into rest. Each exhale lets you surrender a little more to the safety beneath you. The fireflies continue their slow, patient blinking. Little points of comfort, scattered through the dark. They do not need to be watched. They are simply there, quietly keeping you company, like small, steady heartbeats of light. Time here does not feel sharp or fast. It stretches out soft and gentle, like the stream itself. Moments slide into one another, smooth and easy. You are carried along without effort, the way a leaf is carried by the water. Your body knows how to rest. Your muscles know how to let go. You do not need to tell them what to do. They unwind slowly, like a knot loosening with each breath, with each passing second of quiet. Feel the back of your head supported. Feel the curve of your spine resting. Feel your legs growing heavier, more relaxed, as they sink into the soft ground. Each part of you being held, exactly as it is. The night around you is friendly and calm. No harsh sounds, no bright edges. Only the small murmur of water, the distant whisper of leaves, and the gentle flicker of firefly light. Everything here agrees that it is time to be still. If your eyes are closed, they can stay closed. If they are half open, they can drift shut whenever they wish. There is nothing to see that your body does not already feel. The safety, the softness, the quiet, all of it is already known. In this moment, it is perfectly fine to drift. Drift in your thoughts, drift in your breathing, drift between waking and sleep, without needing to decide where you are. You are held either way. The stream keeps flowing through the darkness, like time moving gently in the background. You do not have to keep track of it. You do not have to follow it. You just rest beside it, feeling its steady presence, like a calm hand resting on your back. Each breath grows lighter. Each breath grows quieter. You may barely notice the edges as one breath blends into the next. Still, the body breathes. Still, the earth holds. Still, the water moves. Nothing is missing. Nothing is wrong. This is a place where everything can simply pause. Thoughts can pause. Plans can pause. Only this soft, deep rest continues. The fireflies blink a little slower now, as if they too are growing drowsy. Their glow becomes gentler, more distant, like warm stars low to the ground. Somewhere up in the canopy, a small sound shifts, then becomes quiet again. The night folds itself around you in deeper calm. If sleep wants to come, it can move over you like a tide, slowly rising, slowly covering every part of you in softness. If sleep takes its time, that is welcome too. You can lie here in this easy stillness, simply breathing, simply listening, simply floating in the quiet dark. The moss supports you. The earth steadies you. The cool air soothes you. The stream sings to you in its low, constant voice, a song of stone and water and time flowing gently by. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is expected. Your only work now is to rest, to soften, to allow yourself to be exactly as you are, here beside the stream. Breath by breath, the body sinks into deeper comfort. Blink by blink, the last bits of wakefulness grow dim, like the fading light of the fireflies. The forest holds you, the night protects you, and you are free to drift, softly, quietly, into whatever peaceful stillness is waiting. Night has grown very quiet around the forest stream. The air feels cool and still, like a soft blanket laid gently over everything. Water continues to move, but more slowly now in your awareness, like a memory of sound rather than sound itself. The day has gone, and what remains is this easy, restful dark. Fireflies still drift above the water, yet even their glow has softened. Each tiny light appears bright for a moment, then fades back into the night. They seem to blink more slowly now, as though they too are becoming drowsy. Little lanterns rising and falling in a calm, unhurried dance. The stream keeps its rhythm, steady and sure. A smooth hush of water over stone, again and again, without effort, like a long, quiet breath that never needs to end. It holds a gentle promise that everything can relax here. Trees lean close on either side of the water, dark and calm. Their roots rest deep in the cool earth, unmoving and secure. Their branches barely stir, as if the whole forest is settling into sleep. The world feels anchored, safe, and very far from hurry. The last colors of the day have long since slipped away. What remains is this soft, velvety darkness, kind and protective. Shapes are simple now, only suggestions of tree, stone, and water. Nothing sharp, nothing loud, nothing asking for attention. Somewhere, a single firefly floats low over the stream. Its tiny light glows, then dims, then glows again. Each pulse of light seems slower than the last, more lazy, more at ease, like a quiet heartbeat in the air, calm and untroubled. Another joins it, then another. Soon the dark is sprinkled with faint, wandering points of light. Not bright, not busy, just soft and scattered, moving at their own slow pace. They rise and fall like sleepy thoughts drifting through a drowsy mind. The sound of water wraps around everything. It fills the spaces between the trees, between the shadows, between each breath. It smooths the edges of the night, rounding every corner into something gentle. Just the same soft murmur, repeating, holding, soothing. Here, nothing needs to be done. Nothing is waiting. Nothing is pressing in. Time itself feels like it is lying down beside the stream, resting. Moments stretch out, loose and easy, like a long, relaxed exhale. If any thought appears, the stream quietly carries it away. It lays each thought on a leaf or a small piece of bark and lets it drift. Down the current, around the bend, out of sight, until the mind feels as clear and open as the slow, dark water. Close to the bank, rich earth holds the warmth of the day. It releases that warmth little by little as the night deepens. A soft, gentle heat that eases into the air and into the body. Muscles slacken, shoulders drop. Breathing grows easy and slow. Above, the sky is wide and deep. It does not ask to be noticed. It simply holds the night. Whatever stars may be shining feel kind and distant and calm, like quiet eyes watching over this resting place, with no demand at all. The fireflies seem to drift farther apart now. Their glow thins, like candle flames at the very end of their burn. They still appear from time to time, a soft flicker here, another there. But the darkness between them grows deeper, more peaceful, more still. The forest has settled into a hush that feels complete. No need to listen for anything in particular. The sounds blend together into one gentle, continuous presence. Water, leaves, faint night air, all folding into a single soothing quiet. Within this quiet, the body understands it is time to rest. Bones feel heavier, comfortably weighted by ease. Every part of you knows it can let go now, a little more with each breath, held by the steady night, just like the stones beneath the stream. Thoughts may come, slow and hazy, like drifting fireflies. They glow for a moment, then fade without effort. Nothing to solve, nothing to follow. They can float away into the darkness, soft and harmless. If sleep has already taken over, the night will keep watching. The stream will keep flowing in its gentle way. Fireflies will finish their soft dance and then rest as well. Everything will continue to hold you quietly without needing your attention. And if you are only hovering at the edge of sleep, that is also welcome here. You may linger in this twilight place as long as you wish, listening to the low murmur of water, feeling the night resting all around, drifting back and forth without any need to choose between waking and dreams. This place does not hurry you. It does not pull or push. It simply offers its calm, again and again, like the repeating flow of the stream. Always the same gentle invitation to soften and sink and be at ease. You are free to stay here, by this forest stream, through all the hours of the night, safe in the soft darkness, wrapped in the quiet sound of water. The world beyond these trees can wait until morning. For now, only this calm exists, and it is more than enough. Breath moves in and out, slow and smooth. The rhythm of the body and the rhythm of the stream begin to feel the same, rising and falling, flowing and returning, without effort, without thought. Just one simple, peaceful motion, continuing all on its own. Little by little, even the idea of time drifts away. There is only this dark, gentle night, only this soft, unbroken stillness holding everything. Only this quiet, steady comfort, surrounding and supporting every part of you. The stream keeps its soft whisper unchanged. The fireflies dim into the distance, like small stars falling asleep. The forest rests deep and silent around you. All is calm, and you are cradled within that calm. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is asked. Just this deep, undisturbed rest, stretching out ahead like a long, smooth river of sleep. You may float on it for as long as you wish, gently drifting, quietly sinking into a soft, peaceful darkness that asks for nothing at all.